This three-step process allows me to start off my month feeling focused and grounded. It's completely changed the way I approach my goals and life. My planner really supports this process, but in today's video, I'm going to break these steps down in a simple to follow formula that you can use in any planning system. Now, for me, environment is key, so make your favorite drink, settle in. You want to feel relaxed and comfortable when you start your planning. So, our monthly planning actually starts outside of the calendar page. Before we jump into thinking about all that we have scheduled, we want to start with reflection. And this format, I love to walk through it, but of course, you could do this on your own on a blank sheet of paper. You can see that here on this page, I'm giving you the structure to reflect and think through each area of your life. I love to be forced into giving it a rating. It really helps me. And then you can see we're going through and thinking about our challenges, where we need support, and also taking a really close look at our goals. Now, of course, this threads through to the foundation of my planner, the Goal Clarity Roadmap. I find it really helpful to be able to jump back and look at my goals. The structure I have here allows me to quickly check during my reflection, look back at all the concrete details that I laid out in my goals themselves, review all of that, and then, of course, jump into the action steps as well. Now, my mini bathroom reno has gone off the rails a little bit, and so I can see that I'm missing some deadlines. And so when I go through my reflection page, I'll be able to think through why I'm missing those and what that means for me. I know with this specific one, I just need more time to work on it because I've run into some snags. So I've linked you right there so you can jump straight into your goals. And it's really helpful to get into concrete details on this page. So, after we go through this reflection, we're actually going to jump into planning. Now, this is your strategic planning. So, we start off by coming from reflection, knowing what we really wanted to change. We then set intentions. And again, I find it so helpful to set intentions by area of life. It's easy to over index on some areas and forget the others. So, this really keeps you accountable to that. Then, of course, I'm thinking about what habits and goals I'm going to commit to. Now, you can see I really encourage you just to stick with tops three in each area. That's why it's highlighted here for you. But again, you have that link right back to your goals so that it all speaks to each other. And you can see how we are heavily weighted on thinking about our goals and prioritizing those before we get into our calendar and all of the details that can sometimes drag us down. So, starting with your reflection and planning gives you that grounding in your goals to then jump into scheduling. What I'm doing here on this calendar page is just capturing the high level events and larger things happening in my month. I'm not writing down every single, meeting or calendar appointment that I might have. This is just for capturing the things that are out of the ordinary. What I really need to be able to do is see an overall flow of my month and think through birthdays, large events, things I might have to prepare for. This is giving me that bird's eye view, and I'm not getting too far into the details. Since I do manage all of my events in my Google Calendar, it's really helpful to have this shortcut. Now, I've blurred some of the details out for events here, but you can see this is quickly pulling an easy to follow list of all of my calendar events for the month. So that's really handy, and it helps me to be able to create that connection without having to go out into my calendar. But of course, if you want to open your calendar, you can also do that. Now it's automatically opening to the month that I'm planning for because of that integration. And so I can open it in a side-by-side view here to transfer them into my calendar. So that connection really helps me stay focused, but connect those two tool sets that I use. So I'm just going to go ahead and write down all of my events here. And again, nothing fancy. I'm just writing them out quickly. So I'll be back once I filled these all in. Now that I have all of these added here, I have a pretty good view of my month. This is actually a really light month for me, but we have a ton of birthdays and parties falling into this month. So, what I find really helpful while I'm doing this is, again, like I mentioned, thinking through the flow of my month, thinking about the things that I have to prepare for. And so that's where I find the connection again to be really helpful if I need to remind myself of something, instead of getting distracted by jumping out of my planner, I can just easily add a reminder. So, this is a reminder to buy my dad a birthday gift, and I add it to my to do list. And I'm even going to set a time that I know I'll be ready to shop for it. Usually, I'm just having a relaxing morning on Saturdays. So, I'm going to go ahead and add a reminder so that it pops up on my phone. This is critical for keeping my mental space open. I now know that is not only on a list, but it's scheduled out with a reminder, and then I can move through. Similarly, if I'm planning and realize something wasn't on my Google Calendar that say I need to share with my husband, I can add it in here, put the reminder, invite him. Again, not leaving this calendar. So it's really helpful to me to be able to keep everything within this view and not have to jump between a bunch of different tool sets. So the level of detail I have on here is exactly what I want to see. I would jump down into my weekly view when I want to get really detailed, when I want to think about logistics of each day. So I save all of that for my weekly view. Now, what I have happening here with plain text is often as far as I get. I do typically like to color code things. I have each area of my life assigned to a specific color. So orange is family and kids. And so I'll often go through and just really quickly color code it. It makes it a little easier for me to skim things and quickly take in information in my planner. But there's also some other tricks I like that just use the pen within GoodNotes. For example, with the shape option, it's going to fill that in for me. So it creates a nice little shaded box that, of course, I can resize here. Now, similarly, if you use that, you make the outlined box, but just hit the back undo button, it keeps that shading there. So when I'm looking to time block things out, I often use that. Again, it's all about efficiency, working quickly in the app, and keeping things really simple. But sometimes I want a little bit of a creative outlet, and that's where my sticker set actually comes in. You can keep it as simple as this, or you can go all out and add a ton of decorative details. So I'll take a few minutes to show you what that would look like. Now, in here, I have a ton of different widget stickers. They allow you to repurpose the free space on your calendar pages. So you can see I have a whole collection for my monthly pages. Of course, if you use the portrait planner, there's a whole dedicated set for you for those. I really like these little list labels. They allow me to take that sidebar and create some lists there. So for this month, I've grabbed a couple and I'm placing them on the page. Now, there's a ton you can do here with layering stickers. I'll show you some examples in this video, but you can see just how extensive this sticker set is and how creative you can get with it. I love these boxes. You can stretch them and resize them. Now, a freebie I actually have in my freebie library gives you a little bit of a head start for some of these monthly pages. I went ahead and placed it on this page, but you can see these are sized perfectly to fit in those monthly boxes, and it's just a layered box with a circle. But I'll go ahead and grab this, and I'm going to place it here on this specific day for no school. And then what I'm able to do is move things around. Now, when you're moving things around, sometimes you have to toggle off images and handwriting to be able to select things correctly. But now we can move things to the back and front. We can lock different things. Any image can be locked now. So GoodNotes has given us a ton more capabilities to make it so much easier to layer things and move things around. So I'm going to go ahead and grab an icon. You can see I have this whole set, both black lined and white lined. I'm going to go ahead and grab this little school icon and copy it here, and then I'll place it. And so I'm layering this to create this nice decorative effect, and then you'll see that it is all done for that day. And I love how this looks, and I'll go through and do this on a bunch of the other days. And then I have all of these other little notes, labels, trackers. Some of these are new just for this year. I also really love these boxes to add more details, but for this month, I'm going to grab these due boxes. I have some really important deadlines for taxes, and so that's why those showed up on here because I want to make sure they're front and center. And so I'm going to layer this on here and add this to the page as well. So I'll go ahead and keep adding these, and then I'll pop back in a minute to show you how I build out my final page. So I've added a bunch of other stickers in here. I ended up adding in a places to go for our Chicago trip so I could list out some places I want to see. And then I always love having a little to read to watch list for my month. Now, just to show you how I built some of this out, you saw the layering. So this is just an icon on top of a circle. It gives me so much flexibility to basically build out my own icon sets. This is a transparent box. I love these boxes for time blocking or showing that something spans across a couple days. And of course, you can see more use of icons here. So no matter what your aesthetic is, you're going to be able to adapt the stickers and the icons to fit your style. And I love that about the sticker set. But as a reminder, just keeping it plain text is great as well. The key is to find a planning routine that serves you and the way that you want to plan. So many months I like keeping it plain text, but sometimes I love the creative outlet of going all out with icons and stickers. So that's really it. It's a very simple routine, but the approach of starting at reflection and more of the strategic side of planning before zooming down to logistics is something I found to be really effective. For me, each month is an opportunity for a reset, and this simple approach allows me to do that. Now, as I mentioned at the top of this video, you can follow these prompts on your own, but if you do love the structure and the shortcuts of this planner, I have it linked in the description below, and the great news is it's now on sale, so you won't be paying for months of the year that have already passed. There's truly no better time to start your planning routine. I hope you found this video helpful and inspiring. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching.